Hi guys, hello YouTube. Today we will be talking about the trading side of PD2. Alright, so let's get straight into it. We'll start off with the basics. So for example, we're gonna look for an SOJ here. You just gotta type Stone of Jordan. You'll find it right there, just select it. You can just click search. It will show up immediately, all the SOJs that are currently on the market. You can also check for a price. So for example, I'm just putting Birthstone charts here to see if there's any on the market. We can see there's none. Then I'll check for 1HR. Also nothing really, but that's probably because I put HR behind it. It's better to just go for one, so I'll just go 2 here. And you can see any price that has a 2 in there, whether it be 2 HR or 2.5 or 1.25 or something like that, will show up. Anything with a 2. Now, for example, if you were looking for a ring, you can either type rings in here, select it like this, or you just select jewelry, and then you can go for ring or amulet. Moving on, you can select the rarity, for example, rare for a ring. Material is not possible on this, but you can select it for other items. You can check if it's corrupted or not. Desecrated, that only works for amulets, so we can ignore it here. Sockets are also not possible, but there's the options for it. ID'd or unID'd. I don't think anybody shows unID'd, to be honest. I've never seen that, but maybe. Probably goes for the torches, that's it. And you can select if they're online on the site or in the game. So you can, reach them faster, or if there's an item that you want right now and you don't want to wait for somebody to come online, you can just select these options to online and then see who's there right now. You can also put the mode, which is softcore and hardcore, ladder, non-ladder. You can save it as a default. If you're hardcore, for example, and you play non-ladder, you can just click this. This will be saved. Let me just put this back so I get mine back. There we go. And we have requirements as in level, strength, and dexterity. Those are the defaults for this menu over here. You can just click clear filters if you want to, have it clean again. And that is about it. Moving on to listing items. All you gotta do is click on create. For me right now, I have the wrong account selected, so it doesn't show me anything in here. I have to change that at one point, but I do it manually all the time because I'm lazy. So I just select my account, click on search, and it will show me everything that I have. Not necessarily the character, but it will show you your shared stash pages. Okay, for example, we're gonna list a list wall right here. I have 2 sockets on them, and I'll show you how to find a price that will be comparable to the item that you have. All you gotta do is click on find similar, and it will show you immediately some items that are kind of like yours. However, I do recommend changing this over here, not the all skills, we want to keep those, but the defense and the mana per kill is not an important factor on this item, for example. This is not really used for fighting anymore. This is more of a precast shield nowadays. So we can just remove those 2 stats and check again. And we have a bigger reference of what the item is actually worth. It will also select the sockets automatically. It goes between 1 and 3, which is, in my opinion, also sub-ideal. I have a 2-socket one. I don't care what a 1-socket goes for. I don't care what a 3-socket goes for. The price will differ. Only the 2-socket confirm me. So you want to adjust this to the proper values. I hope in the future they will fix this, because the comparing button in itself is a little bit wonky. It is not perfect. There's a lot of stuff that can be improved with it. Okay, so we check this. We see this one. Okay, he wants a gold and an ist, 0.4. He wants 0.15, 0.25, 0.25, 0.2, a vex, 2.25, because it cannot be frozen. But in general, I would say for this one right now, we can take 0.25 as a reference. I would even go a little bit cheaper just to get rid of it. I would post it for 15 Birthstone shards or 20 Birthstone shards, Istrun or something like this. So I would have it out of my stash. It's not really worth keeping for too long. So we'll go ahead and send it. Put it online for 15 Birthstone shards. And there we go. Again, you can ask for the gold or whatever if you want to wait a little bit longer. I prefer to sell these midi-core items for a cheaper price just to get it out of my stash and get something out of it. Otherwise, I'm going to sit on it for a week and make, I don't know, a Marun more profit, and that's not worth it in my opinion, because we have limited space. We can only have 50 trades up at a time, so you might as well just get rid of it fast. I'll also show you a rare item real quick. We take a jewel, because those are probably the most rare sold items in the game, besides maybe amulets and rings. But here it goes. So this one is actually pretty good. It's low on DAD. We get some minimum damage. We have open wounds, dexterity, and open wounds. So that is a good combination. It's not a high roll, but it will still be worth something. There's nothing in here, as we can see. There's no jewel that is similar to mine. So what I'll do here is I remove dexterity, check again, and see there, we found comparable items. So sometimes you just gotta have to remove a stat that is not that needed, but it will screw around with the filter, as in it will not find other items as you saw before. So let's check it out. I'll compare this. This is pretty much just like mine. He wants 1 HR. Mine has more open wounds, but a little bit less ED, but we have a little bit more min damage. So this seems like a comparable item. Hi, Crackpipe. I know Crackpipe. Hello. Um, but we can check further. This one is quite similar too. 1 HR. So we already have a good frame of reference what our amulet, just our jewel is worth. This one is a bit lower, so it's also only Vex. Kind of makes sense. Mine also comes with dexterity. That is a good stat. That is extra ED on a Bobazon, for example, or more attack rating for other classes. It is a good extra stat in general, so I can ask for a little bit more, but for the sake of it, I'm just gonna post it for around the same price these guys are doing because I want to get rid of it. I'll check a little bit further. This one was quite cheap, but it's 9 days ago. It was a different time back then. So we'll go back to our tab here, select create trade. I want to get rid of this, so I will put it online for 0.75 instead. I could put it up for an HR, but I just want to get rid of it. It's a little bit better than the other ones too. So this should be a quick sale for 0.75. Boom, done with it. I could talk all day long about this, to be honest. There's a million different items that have a million different stats, but that would take too much time. So this is it for creating trades. Up next is the create. Nope. So we can select what we have and we can select what we want. I'll go with I'll just select all the runes. Although I don't have them all, doesn't really matter. And I want Uber ingredients. I want keys. Those are not really on the side. People just cube them. Talismans as well. I want the black soulstone. I want the pass. Stuff like this. And I click on search. And it shows me all the trades that go in that direction. I'll just show you real quick what is actually in here. So the runes, gems, Uber ingredients, maps, orbs, misc, and we have gold. So if you're looking for this kind of stuff, you can also look for it on the regular trade. That's possible, but it is sometimes worth to check this one as well. So this is offering services. I could put on my Lucian service, for example. That would be 0.5 plus entry or 1 HR for my entry. Tier 1 only. Then I click on submit, and now my service is on the market. On the right over here, we can select which service we are looking for. I'm gonna go with Lucian here. Would you look at that? Here we go. We find all the Lucian services. Alright, that's it for services. Let's go for manage. Manage will show you all the trades, etc. that you have up at the time. My stuff don't here run out, but it's still in here. So I'll just go like this, bump. Now all the items are back on the market and people can find them. And after we've done a trade successfully, it's better to remove the item immediately. Otherwise people will keep DMing you. And you know, it is kind of annoying for both parts. You get messages you don't want to receive, and other people are wasting their time on finding items that they want, and you don't have it anymore. So it is somewhat hard to do that sometimes. I personally prefer when people DM me on the trade set itself, so I can always find the item immediately and just click on it and just delete the trade from there. But if you don't have the option to do that because nobody DM'd you or whatever, you have to find your trade in here and just remove it. That's about it. That is basically all you need to know about manage. Of course, you can select the stats here if you look for a certain item, but you will find it by only looking for the name anyways. And even if you're looking for a jewel, putting all these stats takes more time than just typing jewel and look for all the jewels you have on the market and find the correct one. Offers is quite easy. I don't have any right now, but you see your incoming and outgoing offers, everything you put and receive. You can also get it via the bell up here, at least the incoming ones. Favorites will show you the item that you marked. I don't have any. I never did that, to be honest, but I'll just do it for the sake of it right now. I'll just take this. Oh, it's a torch. Okay, nice. I can click here. And there's the torch. I don't really need this, so I'm gonna remove it again. It is just for showing you guys. Actual good timing. I just got an offer. I put it up for Mal. He wants to give me a Mal. So we're gonna accept that. Gonna go here. I'm a bit lazy, so I'll just copy this. Remove that part. I could go in-game as well, but I'll just wait for him to reply right here. This is a perfect example right now. I think we have a new player here. He's asking me a question if he can get the item, you know, if there's another transfer option besides me joining the game, which would be cool, to be honest, but this is sadly not possible. So he gives me his game name. We're gonna join it real quick and sell the item. All right, now we're on the game. We're gonna talk to the guy. You can of course use the regular trade, as in click on the character and do the trade menu. I personally never do that. I trust people in PD2, but if you feel a bit unsafe, you can always just record via Streamlabs or something. Any recording program will do. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this. There's the Malrune. We take the Malrune, put it in stash. Happy about this, and that is about it. So now we have done the trade. I can just remove the trade from the trading site so nobody else can DM me. And I can remove the trade from before the chat. I don't need it anymore. Everything went legit. I don't need to report anything. Therefore, we don't need this. Moving on to filters. Before I will click on this, I'll actually create a filter. I'll just take one I have already. I'll just go with, let's go with this. I have to click load. So the filter will show you all the items that are the ones that you put in your filter. Would be this, for example, for me. Works well. Now we click on actual filters over here. You can have auto notifications. I'll get to that in a moment. It's in your options. And as you can see here, oops, for this kind of amulet, I have a notification on mine. So whenever a new one comes on the market, I'll get a message on my Discord notifying me that the item is available, so I can get a potential item right there. Let's just create a filter real quick. I'll just go with Jalal or something like this. Doesn't really matter which one. I want it to be socketed, 2 sockets at the very least. I want 3 for the maximum, but maybe 2 works for me right now. So I'll just click on search for a second. I see there's some on the market. And then I'll go to my filters, type Jalal's, and save that one. From now on, I can select it in this list. I don't think you can see it. I don't know why this doesn't show up on my OBS, but there is a list here that you can select all the filters in. And once again, we can go on filters and can put a notification if you get a new one on the market. Next up is the archive. You don't really have to click on this in my opinion, because we can just go on create and use the compare button like we did before. It will take both trades and archive into account, so that's probably for the better to use it that way anyways. But if you ever look for an item that's not on the market and you don't have it yourself, you can use the archive to find a reference of price. Alright, let's set up the notification for Discord. All you gotta do is click on settings. Those you can have on for default. These are the ones from the trade side. And for Discord, you have to put your Discord ID. And this will just show you how to do this. Pretty simple. Just click on send notification, and that is about it. You will always get a message on Discord if something that you put on the market gets an offer, or if one of the filter items, etc., will show up. Alright, you guys, that is it for the trading set video. I hope that helps you and you enjoyed it. I tried my best here. I might have forgotten a thing or two, but I'm fairly confident we covered everything that is required in order to trade properly. Thank you guys for the attention. I appreciate the subs from you guys. Lately there has been a lot. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye. Good, useful stats that we can put. Fuck's sake, I can't talk! Now there's not much.